Allison Watkins, CEO of Coca-Cola. Thank you very much for joining us here today. I guess what we want to do is just ask you a few little questions and find out about you as much as the person as the leader of such an amazing organisation. So would you like to start off by just telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yeah, well, I certainly didn't set out to become CEO of Coca-Cola Amatil, that's for sure. I started life as a farm girl who loved farming in Tasmania and would have been quite happy to live on a farm for the rest of my life. But yeah, it's funny how your life takes different twists and turns, and for me it was going to Sydney, and that really opened my eyes. Joining McKinsey & Company, which is a consulting firm that gave me tremendous sort of international experience and breadth, and then getting the opportunity to actually run businesses, which I loved because you have a lot of really interesting issues and challenges, but you also have the ability to work with a wonderful variety of people and actually make things happen through people, which I've loved. I've been also fortunate to get some good non-exec experience along the way, and get the board perspective, which I think in my current role as a CEO of a listed company has been helpful to have as well, because of course the board, which represents the shareholders, plays a tremendously important role in a listed company.
It's great to see that other side of it, isn't it? Being a board member yourself, you can actually understand what a CEO is actually going through.
Yes,
so it does
yes, and also I think as a CEO, it makes you understand what it is to be a non-executive director and how to create an environment where you get the most out of your non-execs and help them play a role that is to the best interest of the company.
So given that, and the fact that you now find yourself the leader of this, let's face it, it has to be the most iconic brand in the world. It would have to be, if it not the, it would have to be up there with the top three. What have you found since you've been in the role? And you've only been there 3 months now. What's been your biggest challenge to date?
I think the biggest challenge has been striking the balance, I would say, between the long term and the short term. And Coca-Cola Amatil is a wonderful company, and has been a very, very strong performer. There are a number of changes going on in our environment, particularly around what our consumers want and the competitive environment for our customers, and those are affecting us quite a bit. And we really needed to just sort of step back and take a bit of a longer term look at our business without losing the wonderful drive for success and the performance orientation that we have and our people have every day, every week, every month, every year. So that's probably been the biggest challenge, but I think I've found people remarkably receptive to taking that sort of more reflective, longer term look, and I think we're going to have a lot more clarity to make sure that our energies are really, really directed in the best possible way over the coming year, 2, 3, 4 years as a result.
And has that been your biggest surprise, actually, in this short time again? Has that been the biggest surprise, that people are willing to stop and take stock of where they are and look at those long-term things?
I think, probably the biggest surprise, which is a wonderful surprise that I get every time I go out to visit our teams out in the markets, the many markets that we operate in, and I've just been with our Tasmanian team and felt it again, is how passionate our people are and their drive to do a great job for our customers. We have the great fortune, I think, because of the strength of the company and the strength of the brand, the ability to attract and keep really good people. And I'm never failed to be surprised, always by just, and it's tremendously encouraging because, we have excellent people who are very connected with their customers and really want to help their customers succeed, and that's a great quality. There are a lot of organisations that just don't have that.
Definitely.
That is a wonderful quality of ours, and one that never fails to surprise me.
And I can back you up on that. I've sat at a table today with 2 of your staff, and they're singing your praises, and they didn't have to, so that was great. Look, the final question is something that we like to ask all of our guests if we can, and I guess looking at the big picture, not just Coca-Cola and your obviously extensive commercial career, but what's the one thing that you've done in your life that you're most proud of? You know, that you could stand back and go, that's it, that's what I'm good at. I'm going to sleep well tonight.
Well, I think you know, as a woman who's been able to have a very fulfilling business career, I'm most proud of the fact that somehow, and it's definitely been a team effort with my husband, we've also been able to have, you know, a great family life as well, and that's something I never ever take for granted or want to take for granted. Sometimes my kids might feel like I do take them for granted a bit, but
they get coffee at home, so it's okay.
Yeah, so you know, I think I've been very fortunate, and you know, I'm very proud that we've been able to you know, to demonstrate that you can, you know, you can have it all. I guess maybe not all at the same time,
sure,
but
sure.
And there's always lots of trade-offs. But it's a different kind of model. My husband, over the last 10 years or so, has been really taking the lead at home, and that's been a very important part of how I guess I've been able to pursue the career that I've been able to, and yeah, we've been very lucky to have that all come together so far.
Well, I think you're a fabulous role model to a lot of people out there, regardless of the gender, but certainly, you know, as I said before, one of the major iconic brands. And Allison Watkins, CEO of Coca-Cola Limited, thank you very much for your time today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Polly.